Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Econ Inflect Knowing Everyday Economics. Students generally have this habit where they start preparing for an exam without even looking what kind of questions they can expect in the coming exam. So it is like more of doing hard work without doing the smart work. So I would suggest before we actually go for any exam, we should always see कि क्या pattern है और किस type के questions हम expect कर सकते हैं. So the purpose behind making this video is the same, where I'll be discussing the possible types of MCQs that you can expect from your term 1 examination. Right, so here we have the first type, which is simple MCQ. Simple MCQ is generally where definition based question, या आपसे कोई objective पूछेंगे या feature पूछेंगे या फिर उसको elaborative way में पूछ लेंगे. I'll give you example also. And or they may ask you basic questions जैसे when, why, how, who, which, what, these kind of questions. जब आप अपना text पढ़ते हो from the book, you should always question these to yourself while reading the topic, which will help you gain confidence over the topic, right? So this is how they'll test the same in the simple MCQ questions. For example, we have first, the government can achieve its budget objective of redistribution of income by dash. For this, you should be clear with redistribution of income objective in your mind, that it is more about reallocation of income between the various sections of the society. It's more like increasing the income of poor section more compared to the richer section of the society. So the four alternatives given here are managing the general price level in the economy at the desired level, which is again not related to redistribution; increasing the GDP of the economy, again not related to redistribution; bringing the production of goods and services under its direct and absolute control. It is more of ownership rather than redistribution. And the last is rationalization of taxes in pro-poor direction, which I think is related more to the redistribution of income, because it is in poor direction, where we are specifically focusing on the poor section of the society more as compared to the richer. So the correct option out of the four is D part. Second is balance of payment of an economy records dash for a fiscal year, which is a general statement question, जिसमें आपको components पता होना चाहिए या आपको पता होना चाहिए कि balance of payment क्यों बनाया जाता है. It basically records the transactions of a country with the rest of the world. So it actually incorporates the inflow and outflow of foreign currency from and to the country. So the four options are income and expenditure of the government, no. Inflow and outflow of funds of the government, again no. Inflow and outflow of foreign exchange to and from the economy, correct. Inflow and outflow of loans to and from the rest of the world, again this loan is also correct, but this is a sub part of C, because जब हम foreign exchange की बात कर देते हैं, in that ways we are incorporating every aspect of foreign exchange. So the correct answer is C. One thing to note here is जब हमारे पास broader aspect दिया होता है, तो we tend to neglect the sub parts of it. Next we have complex MCQ. By complex MCQ, it doesn't mean that something out of your syllabus or something out of your level will be asked. It's basically testing more of your reasoning, more of your knowledge, and they are trying to confuse you more rather than anything serving any other purpose. तो जब भी आप complex MCQ पढ़ रहे हैं, तो pay a little more attention towards reading the question. Answer आपको easily imply हो जाएगा. Also, in the last video I have discussed about the pattern of the paper, in which I have also talked about the design of the paper rather, in which I have also discussed about the structure of MCQ, that we have a statement with four options, out of which some are distractors. So please do go through that and understand कि कैसे हम distractors को eliminate करेंगे. Okay, under the balance of payment structure of nation, the two main categories of accounts for the classification of the transactions are dash and dash. So they are straight away asking about the two categories. They have given the options, and multiple selection type से मतलब है कि you have to choose more than one option. There could be more than one option that is correct, so you have to choose that alternative that incorporates the right type of options, right? The first alternative, A part, incorporates first and second part, which is current and unilateral transfer account, which is wrong. Then we have B part, first and third, which is current and capital account, correct. Then C part, third and fourth, capital account and loan account, incorrect. And D part, fourth and first, loan account and current account, which is again incorrect. Though we got we got our answer at B part only, but still never leave the question in between. पूरा read करो, उसके बाद ही correct answer पे जाओ. Next is the sequencing or chronological order. Arrange the following events in the correct chronological order, which means in the order of time that they have occurred from first event towards the last event. First is the year of Great Divide, establishment of Tata Iron and Steel Company. Now, the year of Great Divide was 1921. Establishment of TISCO was 1907. Introduction of railways in India by the British. Actually, in NCRT, it's given the first railway bridge that was constructed between Bombay and Thane. उसकी एक पिक्चर गिवन है आपको with year mentioned is 1854. So introduction must have been before that. Opening of Suez Canal 1869. तो आपको years पता है. Out of this, arrange them in the chronological order, the event which happened first towards the event that happened last. So the first is introduction of railways, which is third part, then fourth part, then second and first. Third, fourth, second and first. Out of the fourth alternative, D part is correct. That has the correct sequence. So this is how we do sequencing question. You will get reading time, 20 minutes reading time. तो जब आप ये उस 20 minutes को judicially utilize करना, जिसमें आप अपना ये जो भी सारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग का काम है उस टाइम पे क्वेश्चन रीड करते वक्त आप कर सकते हो. Next, we have match and choose the correct option. So you will be given with 2 columns and the 4 alternatives. You have to check which alternative mentioned here is correct. From the following given sets of statements in column 1 and 2, choose the correct pair of statement. So out of the 4 alternatives, first alternative given is A with 1. A is export of goods and services matched with excess of export of goods over the import of goods, which is incorrect. B, which is trade surplus, which actually is excess of export of goods and import of goods, but it is matched with 2, an element of invisible item, which is again incorrect. C, third part, current transfers to the rest of the world matched with recorded as a positive item in the BOP account, again incorrect because it is recorded on the debit side. It is an expense. The last alternative is portfolio investment matched with foreign institutional investors. Now, portfolio investment basically is the investment in financial instruments or financial assets like stocks, mutual funds, bonds, etc. And foreign institutional investors are basically investments in financial assets only, but then this is done within the country, but by or from outside the country. So though they both relates to the financial assets aspect, hence the correct option is D. Next we have questions with negations. See, हमें generally our mind functions in a way where we have more of questions with affirmative statements, जिसमें हमें choose करना होता है कि ऐसा है तो ये किस वजह से होगा, choose one reason. But in questions with negations, you have to do the opposite. Like, since independence, India has witnessed a considerable fall in the infant mortality rate in India. Identify which of the following may not be one of the reasons for the fall in the infant mortality rate. So this is something different from the usual type of questions where we have to identify which could be the possible reason. But abhi hame batana hai which may not be the reason for the fall in infant mortality rate. Basically, सबसे पहले तो question पढ़ते वक्त try to understand the terms with meaning so that आपकी knowledge enhance हो. Infant mortality rate means the number of deaths of infants per 1000 live birth. Infants are children below 1 year of age. So India ka current rate is around 28 for infant mortality rate. So we have to find out which is not the reason. Let's see. First, improvement in health facilities over the years. It will definitely improve infant mortality rate. Improvement in educational standards over the years. It will also improve. Fall in standard of living of the population of the nation over the years, definitely this will not going to improve the infant mortality rate. And the last is technological expansion, which will also help to improve with advancement in health facilities, right? So the correct option here is C. This will not lead to the fall in infant mortality rate. Next we have dash is not a reason for poverty in India. Again, a negation question. First, population explosion will lead to poverty. Rise in per capita GDP, again, this will not lead to poverty. This will rather reduce. Low capital formation, which means low investment, will lead to poverty. And socio-economic exclusion, which basically means we are excluding some section of the society from the use of resources or from certain economic activities. Basically, class division बोल सकते हैं. So again, this will lead to more poverty. So the correct option is rise in per capita GDP. Next is two statement questions, wherein you will be given with two statements and you just have to identify either of the two, which is true, false, or either both are true or false. Read the following statements carefully and choose the correct alternatives given below. Statement 1. Subsidies do not add any burden on the financial health of a nation. For this, you should know subsidy, that it is money grant by the government, and they do add to the financial burden of the nation. So yes, this statement is false. Statement 2. Complete removal of subsidies may violate the aim of equitable distribution of income. Definitely, because you should know that subsidies का objective ही यही होता है कि to promote equitable distribution of income. So अगर वो remove ही कर दी जाएगी तो it will violate its aim only. So this statement 2 is true and statement 1 is false. So out of the 4 alternatives, D part is correct, where statement 2 is true and statement 1 is false. We don't have to establish a relationship between the two statements, just we have to tell which one is true and which one is false. Next we have assertion and reasoning question, wherein you have to identify the statement as true and false and also establish the relationship between the statements. Read the following assertion and reasoning. Assertion: major policy initiatives, land reforms and green revolution helped India to become self-sufficient in food grains production. True. This is straight away from NCERT. Reason: the proportion of people depending on agriculture did not decline as expected after the green revolution. This statement, first of all, you have to identify as true or false, which is also true, and then establish, is there any reason, are the correct reason for A. So can we justify that because of the proportion of people depending on agriculture did not decline, that is why major policy initiatives helped India to become self-sufficient? This is such a vague explanation which makes no sense. It means R is not justifying A. Hence, we will choose that A and R both are true, but they both are moving in the separate direction. So R is not the correct explanation of A. So out of the 4 options, B part is correct. Both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. These are the kind of questions that confuse the students the most. So I'll be making one separate video where I'll be discussing only assertion reasoning questions. Then we have numerical or formula based question. इसमें आपको formula पता होना चाहिए and then easily put the values and find the answer. Suppose in an economy the initial deposits of rupees 400 crores lead to the creation of total deposits worth rupees 4,000 crores. Under the given situation, the value of reserve requirement would be: first of all, apply the formula total deposits equals to initial deposits into 1 upon LRR. Then put the value, and after putting it you will get LRR to be 0.1. Hence the correct answer is, sorry ये सारा highlight हो गया, but the correct answer is C part, which is 0.1. Apart from all these types, we also have one case-based study questions, which I'll be discussing in my upcoming video, where we'll be having one case study, and based on that there'll be questions, and in our paper there'll be 6 questions based on case-based study type. Okay. So children, there's only one point to note, is that it's all about questioning yourself before any other paper questions you. So whenever you are studying, whenever you are reading, always question yourself, why is it happening? Where is it happening? And many such questions like that. This will also help you gain confidence and clear out your doubts whatsoever you face while going through the concept. So children, that's all for this video. I hope you like this video, and do hit the like button if you think it's informative, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.